Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Reina, the Reina Creole, bringing you that spice to sci-fi and pop culture analysis, and of course, keeping it real when it comes to theme parks. And welcome to the Lunch Table Show, where we get together with folks in the fandom on a Friday to kind of hang out, get to know some new folks, and just have a good time to kick off the Friday. And I cannot believe it's been literally a year since we first started the show, where I was just like, okay, I just kind of want to do a show to get to know other people in the fandom and just showcase those folks. It was just me and my graphic artist CJ coming up with the thumbnails, and then Fat Steven came along, and you guys in the chat came along, and it's just been a crazy, amazing, fantastic ride ever since, and looking forward to the upcoming year. So with that said, let's bring up my co-host, Fat Steven. How are you doing?
Everyone in the chat, can I get some prayer emojis for Reina having to put up with a year of me? Can everyone just spam the chat with that prayer emoji for Reina right now? Just do as many as you want. I won't ban any of you who are going to be harsh towards my feelings. So go for it. I dare you.
You know what? Don't feel bad, because that has prepped me for all the crap I have to deal with the Dark Council. So you've trained me well.
What does that mean? Are you saying I am as bad as a whole Dark Council? That's not helping me at all here.
No, I'm saying you kind of got me primed and ready to deal with them on a regular basis.
Oh, great. I don't know whether to be like, if I'm like, you're calling me a man-child, or it's good preparation.
Take it as a compliment. Be happy.
I'll try. I'll try my best right now.
I see all that. But before we get started, Culture, first of all, if you are not subscribed to Culture Casino, what's wrong with you? You need to subscribe to Culture. Culture started a little bit before I did, and I swear we've been in lockstep ever since. It was like me, Culture, and Ords, kind of like that little triad there. So thank you so much for the $10 super chat and for being a channel member. He says, congrats on 1 year of a successful show with wonderful guests. You rock, Reina. And Fat Steven is okay too.
That's great, Culture. That's great. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sleep with one eye open. And hello, Ram Bam. Nothing's up much. Just chill.
Oh, well, folks, Culture has his Friday flight show at 3 p.m. Eastern every Friday. So please do check his show out. It's amazing and it's so much fun. He does a kick-ass job on there.
Yeah, he does okay.
Let's see, we've got something else. Hold on. We have the Islington Girl for $5 Canadian and also another channel member. Thank you so very much, my dear. She says, congrats on 1 year for the channel. Love your content. And I see the golf cart emoji and the gator emoji. So for folks who don't know, the Welcome to Florida stream, we have stories that always involve gators and golf carts. So if you're a channel member, you get those cool custom emojis and occasionally some photos and videos when I'm out and about in Florida and out and about in the parks and when I see memorabilia and stuff. So thank you so very much, the Islington Girl and Culture. And let's see, we have a guest today who has been in my chat for quite a while. So when she showed up on Loki's stream, I'm like, I gotta get her on my channel.
She's actually quite great. I don't know when she popped up. I started seeing her name more and more, and then she popped up in the B5 shows we're doing. And her son actually pops up in the chat with her, and they actually have conversations and are very, very high on participation levels when it comes to things and all across the board.
Oh, nice.
Whether it's you, me, Loki, maybe even Clobber, and she's all over the place. She's great. She paid me to say that, so I hope I've gotten my $5.
Well, before we bring her up, I want to thank Darius Munchausen for the $1.49 super sticker, which is a box of popcorn. Thank you so much. I so enjoy that popcorn. Love, love, love popcorn. Hey, Snortapoopus. Yes, not only did I check it out, but we're going to talk about it on Sunday's Welcome to Florida show. Gotta love gators. They are the weirdest animals down here. No, weirdest so far, because I'm seeing even weirder stuff here. But let me bring up our guest before we get to welcoming the 17 of you in the chat. Thank you so very much. We have Arwyn Avalon with us. Hello, my dear.
Hello, Reina. Sorry.
Oh, that's
kill
okay.
Me. I love it. Y'all kill me. Hello, and congratulations on your anniversary. Amazing. And thank you so much for having me on today. I really appreciate it.
Oh,
thank you for the $5.
Welcome.
Oh, thank you, Cat Steven.
Thank you,
You did good, honey. You did good.
And thank you, your Muslim uncle, for the $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Hello to Sufi Mom for me. Says hello and congratulations, our dear sister, on 1 year. Peace to you and your family from Sufi Mom and I. And I am extra praying hands for the big guy.
Can't you just write my name once? Just once. Literally, fat is in my name. That is so you can call someone fat without feeling bad about it. And you just don't. My name is. Oh, never mind. I'm gonna go cry. Hear this? This is my box of combos. That's how depressed I am right now.
He smiles when Cameron calls him body positive.
Fuck. No, I don't. I want him to call me fat. You can see the conflict in Pasha's eyes. He's like, I really want to do it, but I can't.
Help at every size.
Oh, God.
4 score and 8 cheesecakes to go.
You guys in the chat are killing it. So I want to welcome you real quick. There's 16 of you watching.
Hey,
Thank
Wendy.
you so very much. Let's see. We have, of course, Snortapoopus Cooper, who said, actually, thank you for being a channel member, my dear. Says, hello, humans and other critters. Well, hello to you. And yes, drone catching alligators in Florida. That is such a gangster article. I cannot wait to go over it on Sunday.
Hold on. Quick question.
Yes.
Muslim uncle, Muslim uncle, are you calling me pretty, hot, and tubby? It's better.
He ain't taking. This is why our chat is so absolutely flipping amazing. They
They're
really
great.
are.
Thank God I have no insecurity issues. No, none whatsoever.
Oh, this is
You-
funny. Captain James T. Skywalker. I love that handle. He says, Lorena Creole, good morning, pretty lady. Well, good morning to you, and thank you
I
for
want to be a
that.
pretty lady.
You want to be pretty? Where's your pretty girl avatar?
Oh, you mean the butts of death? Or do you mean Batgirl? Because that's not pretty either. I can do this.
Oh, Gary Peace.
Or do you want that? Or do you want that one?
There you go.
If that's pretty, why are people throwing up in the chat?
That's pretty.
So dainty.
Pretty
and
god
delicate.
awful. Pretty god awful.
It's like I'm on a cloud with a jar of Crisco. Sorry, a can of Crisco. Sorry, Southerners were just like Crisco. Yeah, that's a necessary cooking ingredient right
Eyes are up
there.
here.
Oh yeah.
Lots of love for the Crisco. We have Sakura 315 who says, howdy, Arwyn Avalon, Lorena Creole, Fat Steven, and chat.
Look, he can call me fat. Why can't you, Muslim? What is this?
And we have Rambam 3000 who says, I just want to, okay, I guess that's want to say, what an utterly awesome name Arwyn Avalon is.
Oh, honey,
That
thank
is
you.
an interesting name. Do you mind saying where it came from?
Not at all. It's really.
Whoa. Okay. Sorry.
Am I giving away trade secrets or something? Pat Steven? You okay?
Oh no.
Okay.
Right.
It's really simple. One of my favorite characters in the world is Arwen from Lord of the Rings. I mean, I have the soul of an elf, but the reality of a hobbit. So I'm like, well, why not? And I like the Welsh spelling, even though I was told sometime several weeks ago, well, that's the way a man would spell that name. And I'm like, oh, well, okay, I guess it's female now. I don't care. I love it. And Avalon, I love studying about the mythical Isle of Avalon. I'd love to go to Glastonbury one day. It's fabled that was actually Avalon in the old Arthurian legends. So I just put them together one day, and I liked the way they sounded. And I made a channel really just to comment on different channels, and next thing you know, it's kind of taken on a personality of its own. So yeah, that's where I got that.
Awesome. I love asking people stuff like that. It's just like, different kinds of questions. So one man show, I love that avatar too. It says greetings and salutations. Well, thank you. And so glad that you're here with us.
Is that the Tootsie Pop owl?
Yes.
I thought so. If it's food, I seem to know what it is. It's really, oh my God.
Yeah, I love nostalgic stuff like that because Geeky Sparkles over on Pirates and Princesses, she puts up this link about the Loungefly bags that are coming out for Christmas. So I go and I look. They have a bag with like Snoopy's Christmas. So it has like all the Christmas decorations and Snoopy on it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to freaking get that. I have to get that. And they have one from the Grinch That Stole Christmas. I love like all that like nostalgia stuff. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go broke on Loungefly bags because I swear I haven't come across a bag that I didn't like really want.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Have you seen the Loungefly bags?
I actually, yes, I wanted the Binks one from Hocus Pocus so badly, and it's gone.
Oh,
it's gone. And I wanted that because I have a black cat and I named him Binks from that movie. And I thought, I would love to have that. But yeah, it's sold out. I wasn't surprised though. It's beautiful.
Jar Jar Binks?
No.
Yeah.
Much more. You wouldn't mind having this Binks in your house. Hey, Lasso of Truth says happy 1 year anniversary, Lorena Creole. Well, thank you so much, Lasso of Truth. I so do appreciate that. Love that avatar too. Probably can't see it. Oh God, I hope I don't knock my other bag down here. I have this makeup bag that I got from MAC a couple years ago. I'm gonna blow this up. Yeah, it's show and tell time because I really freaking love this.
Okay,
They
let's do it.
did a whole makeup collection
Ooh.
on Wonder Woman,
Oh,
and
I missed that
this.
one.
I got this bag. I think I can't remember how much extra you had to spend. It was probably some god awful amount of money.
It's worth it for the bag.
And
It's all about the shoes and
exactly.
the bags.
It was worth it for the freaking bag. So I have that, and I have like a blush compact that has like Wonder Woman on it. It's so freaking cool. I don't think they've done a collab that cool ever again.
No, not in a while.
But every time I see her name, I'm like, oh yeah, remember I popped up my Mac bag. Hey, Keely Chow says, hey everybody. Well, hello and roll tide as always. Thank you, Snore the Poopus, and thank you, One Bam Show. Let's see who else we got in the chat here. Of course, we saw the Islington girl. Thank you for that super chat earlier. Let's see, we have Daniel Hall, Lorena Creole, Mazel Tov on your 1-year anniversary. Great work. Keep it up. Well, thank you so very much. I appreciate that. Love all the congrats. Thank you. And Dennis Kachakis says, hey, Lorena, congrats. Thank you. Thank you so very much. I love our chat. Our chat is awesome. And there's a Palamese minion with that cute doggy avatar. Congrats for your 1 year. Thank you. Thank you. And we have, of course, Rogue Disney, who says, howdy, y'all. Sitting out by the pool watching in the only place with no holes in it right now. Huh. No holes. Did I miss something? I'm trying to think if it's just me not reading. I hope there aren't a whole lot of holes around where you are.
Yeah.
Holes.
Help me out. We have Nuance Observer says, congrats, Hermana. Well, thank you. Thank you. Is that Pikachu Deadpool?
It's Peekapool.
Peekapool. I love that.
Or Dead Shoe.
Shoe.
Oh gosh. There's
There's actual statues you can get of that.
I know there's a Funko Pop that has Deadpool as like mariachi Deadpool. Every time I see that, I think of Mexican Iron Man.
Yeah.
I have the Panda Pool, and it's the flocked chase variant, so it's all fuzzy.
Oh.
I need to stay away from the darn collectibles, but I can't stay away. Hello, Wendy Vega. Says year already. Yeah, I cannot believe it's been a year. I think it's just the show took off and it's just been going at such a crazy pace that it's just been nuts because it just started off as just a Friday show, and then we had so many people and I had limited time that we actually had to do a spin-off show, which is the after school special, which was on occasion just as needed, but that's been like every Tuesday. It's just been insane. So it's been a great ride, and I flipping love it. What do we have here? We have I
told you it's real.
Oh, it's so cute.
I need that in my life right now.
Oh,
it's on Amazon. You can get it at Wish. Yep.
Oh my gosh. I just yeah.
I love that.
I love that. I don't. Deadpool is one of those characters I knew of it, but I didn't really pay that much attention to. And then when the movie came out,
yes, I'm the same. I was sold. First 5 minutes, I'm like, I love you. I was sold.
I was laughing my ass off. That montage that was like, it was frozen, but it was like the camera was panning and you could see like, I'm like, oh my God, did they really freaking do that?
Yes.
And all the advertisement was, please don't bring your kids to see this movie.
It didn't lie. Advertising did not lie.
No. And I took a year before I saw it. I'm like, did they really do that? Did they really just do? Oh my gosh. I was like hooked. I didn't even see the second one because I was worried because the first one was so good. It took me a couple of years before I finally saw the second one. It wasn't half bad. It's JJ for $5, and thank you for being a channel member, my dear. Appreciate that. I knew from the first time we met on Mary's channel, I knew you would be able to do this. Congratulations on 1 year. Well, thank you, JJ. It's, inspiration from people like you and like Mary that I like succumb to the peer pressure to do a channel because I had no clue really what I was doing. If you ever go back and watch like the first video I ever did, it's so embarrassing, but I'm keeping it around. It's the support in this community has just like been absolutely amazing. And JJ was one of the first who were just like, yeah, you can do this YouTube thing. I'm like, I don't know, but okay. I don't know. Okay. But thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny how other people know better than you do how you're gonna do. It's just amazing. Now I understand what I tell some people, like, oh yeah, you're gonna do fine. They're like, how do you know that? Like, well, we've been looking, so trust me, it'll be okay. So now I finally know where that comes from. So we have Rambam 3000 for £2.5. Thank you so much. Congratulations on your 1 year anniversary. Well, thank you. Thank you so very much for that. I appreciate that. I love all the super chats. You guys help me out so much with the channel. I appreciate it so much. It comes in handy when certain things break and then I have to, replace them. I got a brand new gimbal to go out to the theme parks and especially take videos of like the collectibles. I swear to God, the Marvel Superhero Island section over in Islands of Adventure at Universal has got crazy collectibles. Disney doesn't even have them for Marvel.
Really?
It's like they have Thor's hammer. At least one of them is signed by Chris Hemsworth. They have that. They have this like print of Paul Rudd from Ant-Man that's signed by Paul Rudd. They have all of these different incarnations of like the Iron Man figures. I do have to do a stream from there to show you guys stuff like that, but yeah, it's cool to be able to go over there and capture that stuff and stream it to you guys. And so much you guys do to help support the channel. I so do appreciate it, let me tell you. So let's see, we got 25 people in here watching, and I'm trying to get through so many of you amazing people dropping into the chat. Thank you so much, TD. Says congrats, Lorena. Thank you. Thank you. We have Shane Nolan. This is happy anniversary, Lorena. Hey, Arwyn.
Hey, Shane.
Let's see. I got TD. I got Shane. John Davies. Happy anniversary from the chat pirates. Love the chat pirates.
Don't worry, Arwyn soon they will interview.
Love the chat pirates. And we have Supreme Heretic. How are you doing? Drew says, congrats, Lorena. Drew was one of the first people that put me on a stream. Like what time? He's like, I'm gonna send a link out for StreamYard. So next thing I know, I got one in my Twitter. I'm like, are you sure you want me? Are you sure about that? It was awesome.
Drew's awesome. Amazing. He's amazing.
He's deep into that Battlestar Galactica lore. So eventually when I give a chance and get back into it, I'll have to hit him up. But definitely check out his channel. And we have Stephen Yarnell who says, congrats. So thank you so much, my dear. I sure do appreciate that. And that glass of moonshine there. I'm going to call it moonshine. Ron Martin says, great show. Congrats, Lorena. Here's to continued success. And I see the horns, bottles, thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. And Zax, who says, hello, waving. And thank you so much, Zax, for being a channel member. I appreciate that. And today is today's Friday. If it's Tuesday, I'm in trouble.
You and me both.
He does that to me too. No. I think he's in his own time zone.
Oh, you're no worries, Drew. Ever since I first heard her on Loki's channel, I'm like, I gotta grab her for my channel. An open secret: we watch other people's shows to figure out whose guests we're going to snipe for our own
Yep,
show.
exactly. Yeah.
So if you ever get an invite to be on someone's show, I tell people, unless it's something extreme circumstances or whatever, take up that invite because you never know who's watching.
Exactly.
Wow.
You
Okay.
never know who's watching.
My invites are open.
Oh, your home remodel. Oh, okay. I get you. Because I'm like, I can't quite get the context. You're going to have to help me.
He's speaking in that French tongue again. What the heck?
Sensei.
Hey, Project Story Time. Greetings to my young grasshopper. Oh, I'm so glad you're here, Project Story Time.
Wait a minute. He's your teacher?
Yes.
You do realize that he's the co-host to Eris of Chaos. Are you really sure the insanity levels are checked on that one?
Yes.
They're a great team, but I know he's
one of her streams. Yeah, we did a stream together. It was hysterical.
Run fast. Hi, Dash.
We have Mary's game room. Hey, Mary.
Mary.
I finally finished a freaking marathon night of a game with my dear, and I have a work meeting, but stopping in to say hello to Reina Creole and my girl Arwyn Avalon. Was so good to see you, Mary. Drop in. We had Mary on the show, a couple of weeks ago, so check that out. Gotta have you back on another day. I'm just fascinated by the fact she plays board games.
Very well, too.
Yeah, that is like some old school fun,
She also tases Mark and forces him to eat weird stuff from other countries. So it's kind of
hits him with water bottles. Oh, yeah.
And chocolate butt plugs, all that stuff.
Hey, Kaylee D, congrats on your 1-year anniversary. Well, thank you so very much. Kaylee is actually going to be on the show next Friday.
Awesome.
Okay, yeah, she's going to be here next Friday. And let's see. Oh, Ruthie, thank you so much, my dear. You didn't have to do that. The $4.99 super chat. She says, happy anniversary with a heart on it. Thank you so much, my dear. Ruthie is, I'm telling you, Ruthie is always out there helping the fandom. She does so much stuff with geeks and gamers and all that. So, yeah, I don't know where she gets her energy because she just kills it. She just kills it. Awesome work you're doing, my dear. And I see somebody else that I know in here too. Hey, we have Purple Valkyrie. Congratulations for your first awesome year, Reina Creole. And I see heart and a flower. Oh, I love Purple. I had her on. I gotta have her back on. Beautiful I had her Purple. On. I want to say my second show or third show that I had her on for the lunch table. It was just flipping awesome. I gotta have you back soon, girl. Soon, girl. I need to get a better hand on my schedule. It's great. You do. It's like all over the place. I literally have to wake up and I'm just like, am I supposed to be on my channel? Somebody else's channel? Whose channel am I on tonight? Bruh, throw the man a bone or some ribs and call him fat. That's for Toucan Monkey.
What the hell, monkey? I love you. I love you so much.
Oh, well, healing vibes for your mom, Supreme Heretic. I know she's been going through a lot with respect to health issues. So definitely, please do keep her in your prayers. So, folks, there are 26 of you watching. Thank you so very much. Arwyn Avalon is our guest, so we're going to kick it off with our baseline question that we asked. So what are your memories of lunchtime at school?
Okay, I have been thinking about this. I have actually 3 different complete opposite experiences for my lunchtime.
You do too.
Okay. First was your typical American lunch. Rectangle pizza, mystery meat burger, plastic trays. For my first half of my high school year of 9th grade was in an American high school. Mm-hmm. Then I got shipped off to Saudi Arabia with my parents because my dad moved over there. And I was living in Dhahran, and we went to an international school that for any foreign students that goes only up to 9th grade. So the second half of my 9th grade was there, and that was brown baguette. So
What?
whatever my mom made, peanut butter sandwich, chicken salad, whatever you brought from home, that's what you ate. So brown sack, basically.
I knew a
And
stripper
then-
by that name.
Brown sack.
Brown
Yeah,
sack.
brown baguette. Yes.
Oh, brown baguette. I was like,
I don't know
brown
which
sack.
Welcome to the stage, brown baguette. Her face is covered, but her body is okay to look at.
Can I just note
The
that both
butterface.
me and Arwyn thought the same thing?
It's what is it? It's literally like, I love spaghetti, but it's got crap on it. What is this going on?
It's just we both did the same.
I could think of many stripper names, but brown sack would not be my first choice.
Well, welcome to the stage, brown sack. I'm out. I'm going to buffet. I'd rather have your wings. I'm out. There's the wings. Not making eye contact to the stage or that weird pole. I'm out.
Shield your eyes as you take a beeline for the door.
Why is the dragon across the ground? What is going on here?
Oh my gosh. Like, oh my God, it's Matt G with a $1.49 Doom Accord sticker. So here you go, my dear. Thank you.
I am the Pegasus. I come bearing horrible tidings of war from the...
Yeah. Less talky, more flappy.
This Dumacorn was brought to you by Brown Sackett. It's a stripper somewhere. Sorry.
Okay.
All right. If I ever
Before
see
my
that,
lunch thing was derailed.
It's a Walmart stripper.
I
Come
got
on.
one more lunchtime, though. I got one more. After Saudi Arabia, I went to England private school, and that food was freaking awesome. It was catered, so there we go.
Did it have brown sacks?
Oh.
No, it had chicken breast and asparagus and baked potato. I shouldn't have said chicken breast. Now he's going to go off.
It didn't have like English sausage, did it?
It had the typical English breakfast, but it also had, American stuff as well. I mean, there were girls from over 30 different nationalities, so they tried to kind of mix it up a little bit. Yeah, it was really good. So I finished high school there, so that's my fondest memory is the good stuff.
That sounds amazing. Because I know when I was in high school, I was like this close to studying abroad in the UK for junior year. But because of what was going on with like the IRA and bombings and everything, my parents were like, no, you can't go. And I was so upset because I was so excited. I was telling my friends, I was like, yeah, I get to spend like junior year, like studying over in England. It's gonna be freaking awesome.
Oh yeah.
And couldn't do it because that was just something that I wanted to do. So I love hearing experiences like from Americans who've gone abroad and during high school and got to like experience the culture and everything over. Eventually I went over to visit like much later. I made like 4 trips over to the UK, but I kind of wanted to go while I was studying. But when I was in England, I did not like English sausage at all. It was just not good.
Well, I don't do American sausage anyway, so I just stay away from sausage in general. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I just Jimmy Dean. Sorry, Jimmy Dean. No,
like
none
Jimmy
of that.
Dean?
None of that.
I don't like the breakfast sausages that have that, the smell right away, and it's just full of that grease, and you're literally sitting there going, eventually it'll be a sausage and not just like some kind of grease trap with skin on it.
That's like awful. It's like for me because of where I grew up in suburban Philly, there's like a big, huge German population. It's like been there since the colonies. So like the sausage, we're talking like fresh, delicious. I mean, the sausage is amazing. So when I went to Germany, I was like, oh, this is great. Because it was like I never left, literally at home, like at all. So the sausage was actually the same. Then I go to the UK and I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll take a sausage for breakfast. And I took one bite and I'm like, oh God, I don't know what this is, but I can't. I just can't. I'm just like, no, staying away from there. Your Muslim uncle, they should have fed you Arabian food. It's awesome. Dude, roasted lamb.
We did get shawarmas. We did get where we were separated from the general Arabic population. We had like compounds. Each company that brought in foreigners, they had their own compounds to set up. So it's like I guess culture, for lack of a better word, our culture wouldn't interfere with the Arabic culture, but we would go out and shopping in the souks and stuff like that. And yeah, man, we would have shawarmas. They would have those big old lamb or beef on big spits, and they would just, peel off those hunks and slap them in a pita. Amazing.
The spices, and I forget who it was I was talking about. They were like, "Oh, you want to try harissa?" And I did, and I was like, "I don't really like it." And they're like, "Oh, you don't like spicy food?" I said, "No, I don't like it because it's more of like a saltier type of spice, and I kind of like the sweeter, more aromatic spices like cardamom and star anise and stuff like that." They're like, "Oh, okay." But yeah, Arabian food is awesome. It's awesome. Some of it rolls into like Spanish cuisine, like paella. Oh my God, it's so freaking amazing. I absolutely love it. Let's see. Yeah, I don't really do Jimmy Dean. Shane Nolan, I have never had Irish sausage. If I did, they probably didn't title it an Irish sausage. No offense to English. Bratwurst is killer. It is. That is awesome.
Bratwurst.
That is awesome.
Spicy mustard, chopped onions, and just a little crushed chilies, and you're good to go.
I'll tell you, if it's like German, if it's like German sausage, just like I absolutely love it because we're used to it. Yeah, some people like English style sausage. It's like it's okay, but it's like if you're American, and this is what I've noticed, and I don't know if it's due to certain regions or due to if you grow up in an area that has a strong German influence, you're used to like a certain type of sausage, like German or Polish. So you're used to that. So if you get a sausage that's not like that,
it's not the same.
it's not the same. And you're kind of just like, what, it's like somebody making dressing from white bread instead of cornbread, and you're a Southerner. You're just like, there's something.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Or putting sugar in their cornbread. That's cake, people. That is not. Cornbread should be so dry it should just suck every bit of moisture out of your mouth.
That's why it's there to soak up gravy.
Thank you.
Yeah, I do. My mother, no joke, Ram Bam, I'm gonna get to your super chat. No joke. So we were somewhere because it's tough when you live up north and you have Southern parents and you're used to certain things. So we were somewhere in the middle of Pennsylvania at someone's house for Thanksgiving. And they're like, "Oh yeah, we have stuffing / dressing." I'm like, "Okay," and I'm just like eating, and I'm like, why is there something wrong with this? Because usually you get like the dressing or stuffing, and you can't get enough of it because it's so good. And I'm just like, this doesn't taste right. What's wrong with it? My mother said there's no cornbread in it. I'm like, oh, okay, God, I thought I was losing my mind.
No, yes.
Rambam 3000 for a £5 super chat. Thank you so very much for that, my dear. I so appreciate that support. Talking about the IRA, I still remember they put a bomb in a shop in Corn Market in Oxford. Fortunately, it failed to detonate. Yeah, that was a very, very tense time. So it was just hard to see that. It seemed like it was happening repeatedly. And every time I'd see that, my mother's like, "Okay, see, that's why I'm glad I didn't send you over there." I'm just like, I was going to be in London, but she's like, "No, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter." That was like a target rich environment at the time. Thankfully, things have mostly calmed down since then, but still.
Yeah. There were times when we were not allowed, like usually on weekends, particularly seniors, we could go pretty much on weekends wherever we wanted. And there were plenty of times when the school was like, "Look, y'all can't go to London this weekend, or y'all can't go to London this month," or just when things were really hostile over there. They didn't want to risk it.
Oh, Andy Masterson, you said Polish sausage. Ooh, That's another one. Polish sausages are like awesome. You usually
I
get
have had
these.
Polish sausage. I do admit I have had one of those and it wasn't bad.
I love them mostly at the carnivals they'd have. There's something about carnival food. You know it's not good for you. You know it's not, but it looks so good and it's full of grease.
Mm-hmm.
And it's delicious. Snorterpupuskuber, Rom schnitzel, potato pancakes, and a liter or three of good German beer.
No, you need a pint of a good German beer. You need homemade rouladen, gravy, mashed potatoes with pieces of garlic and chives and shredded cheese put inside. If you don't know what rouladen is, it's roast beef rolled up with diced pickles and onions.
True story. Okay. Oh, sorry, Ari, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh no, I was just gonna say y'all are wrecking havoc on my diet today. But
My grandmother's German, right? So
I just wanted to say, like, true story. So over at Disney World, they have like Epcot, which has like all these country pavilions and everything. So I go to the German restaurant over there. I'm kind of hesitant because with these countries, especially if there's a population that's been in the US for so long, there's certain cuisines where it's like, why should I even bother eating there? I can get that, better at home. So they had like this German buffet. It had like a polka band and everything. It's like dinner and a show. So you go to like the buffet and I'm thinking I'm not going to like everything. And everything there is stuff I've freaking seen before. And in fact, like at home, down to like the egg noodles. I'm like, holy crap, this is like eating
yum.
Which is so good with like the gravy. And we're not even going to talk about the dessert. A German bakery is a death trap.
I believe it.
There's one German bakery near where my sister lives in North Carolina that's been there for like 300 years. And it's the stuff they have in there is so freaking disrespectful. And it's the most disrespectful bread, cakes. Like they'll have like the really dark bread and I'll have these cakes and all these pastries. Good God. Dad's walking 55 for $1.99. Thank you so much. And thank you for being a channel member. He says, congrats on 1 year. Here's to many more. Thank you. And I freaking love that avatar so much. Scared me to death as a kid. But oh God, it was just freaking awesome. My family came over here to the States in 1863 and kept marrying Irish people over here. Interesting factoid about my family. My Irish were over here in the 1700s. Actually, before that, one actually wound up in Plymouth Colony in 1630 as an indentured servant, actually.
Wow.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes. It's one of those things where if you go by popular American history, it seems to give off this idea that the Irish only came here like in the mid 1850s. Mm-hmm. And that's not the case. They've actually been here since the 1600s. But between 1600s and 1800, they were basically mainstream Americans by that time. So they had no discernible Irish accent whatsoever.
Wow.
Because I kept wondering when I took the DNA test, I'm like, what do you mean? There's nobody I know. Irish like the 18 whatever. I'm like, they didn't come there till then. They're like, no. They've been here for a long time. So that was actually a class division. There were the Irish who had been here since the Revolutionary War and before, and then the ones that came over in the 1850s.
Nice.
It's an interesting disrespectful German bakery. Yes, Fran Bam. I keep forgetting. For some of you who don't see some of my when we talk about like food and stuff, it's like dessert that was so and food that's just so disrespectful. They don't care who you are. They don't care if you're on a diet. They don't care if you're trying to do salt in your diet, sugar in your diet, whatever. It's just so delicious. You're just like, I gotta have it. So you go to one of those German bakeries that just have there's just so much stuff you just want to eat.
Is that the kind like with the, the 10-layer cakes that's stuffed with frosting between each and every layer? This thing is like, a foot tall.
And they're not chintzy with the frosting either. It's like half an inch, that's in
One
there.
slice is like $7, but you don't care because it's so good.
It weighs your plate down, just cookies, like butter cookies. Good God. Spritz cookie. Good. Okay, I'm not even going to get in there.
Keep going, girl. Keep going. I'll live vicariously through this.
Gosh. It was just absolutely just like flipping delicious. 1630 wasn't a good time in Ireland. Wow, I need to find out more about that because he was an indentured servant. Came over from England around that time to Plymouth Colony and had to work for I think about 10 years to become a quote unquote freedman so he could have his own land and be able to vote and do all of that. And apparently he knocked up his girlfriend, who was my 10th great grandmother. She was Welsh, and she was the one who wound up getting whipped and not him.
Yeah, I read when you posted that on your Twitter. I read that whole history is fascinating.
It is really cool. It's like I had just no idea, and finding out stuff about that is. It's crazy. It gives you a different idea. There's like one history that you see in the history books, and then there's more that hasn't even been revealed yet. History that you don't even know, maybe in your own family.
Wow, yeah.
It's like it's not all good. I tell some people because I want to say when because I don't know if you saw that announcement about. For Interview with the Vampire, it looks like they're going to reboot that.
I did see that.
Yeah, and instead of making why do I want to call him Louis? Not Lestat, but the other one.
Louis.
Yeah, instead of making Louis I'm not going to say he was white because actually he was Creole. Actually, he was French. They were going to instead cast him as a black man. And then you had people saying that, well, that doesn't make any sense how that would happen. And I'm like, before you guys embarrass yourself a little further, yes, that was the case because I have ancestors who were black and who were mulatto, who were slave owners in Louisiana at that point.
I was going to say in New Orleans, if they did that right, it would work.
It would work.
That would be a case where it would be like, hey, this is not virtue signaling. This could make sense. I agree.
It could work totally and open up a part of history that people didn't know. But no, they decided they were going to make him a pimp instead. I said, that's the problem. You could have exposed a part of history that was unknown, and it would still fit. It would be, I don't know what to call it. In a way, it would be race swapping, but it would fit the context of the period at the time. And that would work perfectly. But, Hollywood's not smart. They can't think of that.
No, that would have been an intelligent choice, but sorry.
10 years war and a famine. Oh, okay. 50% of the population died or left the country. Oh, okay. Because I know there's history written called The Great Migration. It's these really thick old books that make you cross-eyed if you read too much. But there's a lot of families where they literally just said, I'm done. Yes, real vampires don't sparkle. That is true.
No, they don't. They do not sparkle.
True. Wasn't the Veeps family in that trade? Yes, in Jamaica, which was not unheard of.
Yeah.
Yes, she was. So it's interesting. I tell people it's like you don't really want to assume. You don't want to
never
assume. That's one part we don't want to assume. So Arwyn, I saw you have a YouTube channel. Is it just one that you just have a username, or is it a YouTube channel you're going to be putting things up on eventually?
I'm actually planning on putting stuff up there. I will be streaming eventually on my own at some point, but
Okay.
Purple Valkyrie and I are going to start a show together on September 15th at 3 o'clock Eastern. It's going to be pink and purple in the afternoon. So we're going to go ahead and start that.
15th at what time again?
3 o'clock Eastern, 3 p.m.
o'clock.
Eastern.
3 o'clock. Okay. I think I have a meeting at that time, but I will have to have you guys streaming in the background with no
Yep,
sound.
it'll be on Wednesday afternoons. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm really looking forward to
that-
it.
I'm so excited to be invited to that show.
so
wearing my
glad.
avatar.
What?
Thank you for that invitation, Proof.
He wants to get to the front of the line.
Of course, Fat Steven.
Hey,
of
every
course.
turn I'm on, it's mostly women around me. I gotta keep the trend, you know.
Oh, Muggsykins for $5 Canadian. Thank you so very much for that. You guys are so generous. Appreciate it. Abba's back together. I heard that.
Mm-hmm. I
heard-
watched the video. It is amazing. They sound 40 years, people. They have not done anything together for 40 years. And they get back in the studio, and I heard that single, and it sounds like they've never been apart. I don't know how they do it.
Do they have their motorized wheelchairs synced up too when they dance and perform live?
Well, it's funny because they are going to do a concert, but it is bizarre the way they're doing it. They have performed it. They've actually played. The girls have actually sang. They've danced. Blah blah blah. But they are doing motion capture for them. To the way that, and it's all motion capture. So it's them doing everything, but then they're going in and they're using CGI to make them look like they did in their heyday. It's fascinating and creepy at the same time. It is just bizarre.
I can't wait. Abba is one of those groups where their sound and how they sounded was so good. I remember seeing Miss Congeniality and the montage where they're like training for the pageant and then they're playing Dancing Queen.
Yes.
That is one of my favorite parts of that movie, just because of the music and what they set it to. Abba is one of those like classic flipping bands. 2 new singles right now on YouTube. Oh my gosh. And a new album on 5 November 2021. November is my new favorite month. Smash the like button, folks. Well, thank you. That is a day shy of my birthday. My birthday is November 6th.
What
mine's the 13th.
They need to now do is a Friday Night Tights ABBA single now. They just need to have that crossover and they'll be good. Have them dressed up with ABBA, right? And just
I was on Claudia's stream yesterday, and all of the guys were fangirling over this. It was beautiful. Everyone's like, Jed was like, "Did you know the ABBA site crashed? So many people are excited it crashed."
Oh, I don't think people understand just how good they were. No auto-tune, okay? No auto-tune.
That's right.
And they just, oh my gosh, they just sound great. Yeah, it's not till November, but thank you. I am planning a birthday stream, so stay tuned for that.
I had the same thing yesterday, right? But that was for me for gaming. You guys have heard of Dr. Disrespect and stuff, right?
Yeah.
The whole purple platform kicking him, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Dr. Lupo, Tim the Tap Man, they left Twitch for YouTube gaming. So we had Dr. Disrespect, Tim the Tap Man, Dr. Lupo encouraged JD. These are the original guys who used to play together all the time when Fortnite was like the top of its game. Back in the saddle. That man had almost 5 million subs on his first stream.
Wow.
Amazing.
Wow.
I can't comprehend that.
Yeah, he needs to have the FNT guys dancing to the music of Abba. He sure does. Knowing Perry Chan, he's probably on that already. He is Perry Chan, who I hope to have on my show one day. Yeah. His stuff is so good. I'm like, I don't know how he comes up with that. Like it really is.
He said when he's comfortable, he will, because I think there's also the language barrier with French and English. That's what last time he told me.
Frida had that single "Something's Going On" with Phil Collins on drums. Phil Collins is an amazing drummer. Holy crap!
And he produced that entire album, that single album she did in the 80s. He produced it, and they also did a duet on it. And he did all the drumming for it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Was it
God.
only at one night in the air tonight?
No. What was it? I can't remember the name of it.
Just when you played the drums.
Something about "We'll Be Together." I don't know. But anyway, it was a good album. I had it.
See, I'm gonna have to look that one up. I'm going to look that one up to check it out. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Well, I know I don't have that much longer in the show, but just as a bonus for you guys who were actually watching, I did see Shang-Chi last night. No, I'm not giving any spoilers.
I'm sorry.
I'm not giving any spoilers. I'll put it to you like this. I will watch this before I watch Captain Marvel again. I'll say that much. It wasn't groundbreaking. Honestly, if I would not have known this was an MCU movie. If anything, I would have thought that it was a mashup between Enter the Dragon, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Rumble in the Bronx, Kung Fu Hustle, and Mortal Kombat. Literally. There's nothing about this movie that screamed MCU to me, except that certain and very few obvious points. Yeah, Ram Bam, I know, but that's the bar I got when it comes to MCU. I mean, I'm watching this, right? And I'm like, is this supposed to be a MCU movie, or is this supposed to be a ripoff of Rush Hour?
Feige even teased that he wants to make sequels for this crap. Movie.
Okay, let me put it this way. If he's going to make a sequel, there's only 3 things that should be in the sequel. Okay.
Morris and his 2 butts.
Morris, the 2-butted sheep with no head and wing and fairy wings. 2, the dragon that looks so kick-ass, even though it looks like it kind of sort of came out of the Game of Thrones, but looked even cooler. And 3 would be the the lions that they had. So if you've ever seen like Chinese New Year and they have like the lions puppets that they have with like the big heads and stuff like that, they did such a great job with those. It was awesome. So if they have a movie based off of those 3, I'll freaking watch it. But these humans, I don't care about. There's nothing. Well, okay, one human that I care about, and that's Michelle Yeoh's character, and that's because she's Michelle freaking Yeoh.
Legend. Yes.
Freaking legendary. It's literally as soon as she shows up, it's like, oh, okay, please don't let something happen to her. I'm just saying, please. That's the only one where literally when I saw her character, the way she portrayed it, because of how amazing an actress she is, I won't really say the writing. I'll say it was more of who she is as an actress. You buy into her character. So that's the only one really that I really bought into. Her and the 3 magical creatures that were in it. But honestly, it's like I didn't get, like, I used to watch Kung Fu theater as a kid, because we didn't have cable. So you'd have like these Kung Fu, blocks where there were all these Asian movies that you would see, some of them with bad dubbing, but the stories you got wrapped up in the stories. And it was the stories, the fight coordination. I didn't really think the fight coordination was as good. It looked more like dancing than it did fighting. So I can kind of see in a lot of ways why the Chinese are just not, besides the whole whammon thing through here, that's definitely probably got the Chinese pissed off. But because I was just like, you got to be freaking kidding me. But it doesn't have it doesn't have like the mystery and for lack of a term, glamour that a lot of Asian films have, especially martial arts Asian films. It
Yeah.
didn't have that to me. So I it wasn't awful. I give it a 5 out of 10, but it's not something I want to see again. But if I had a choice between this and Captain Marvel, I'll watch this one.
I could see you just getting to the part with the dragons and just rewinding and watching that scene over and over and over. Michelle Yeoh over and over and over. I've watched the movie, y'all.
Yep, that was pretty much it. That was the best part. Michelle Yeoh, when you're seeing like the mystical, and there's a connection between Michelle Yeoh's character and these mythical creatures, which makes that part even better. But everyone else, I really didn't care about. And if this is supposed to be, if you're billing this as like, oh, this is this, wonderful, amazing MCU movie, there's nothing really MCU about it. And they didn't really write it in such a way that it's obviously an MCU movie. It just wasn't
Wow.
there. And this is a comic book character I had not really heard of. Like, I'd heard of Black Panther. I hadn't heard of Shang-Chi. So if you're going to bring in this obscure character from the Marvel Comics universe, you think that you would have paid enough attention to catch some of those of us who don't know the character up and make us buy into why we should care about this character. And that didn't happen.
Well, the lead doesn't strike me as having any charisma. I mean, you think Jackie Chan, you think Bruce Lee, you think Jet Li, they have something that grabs you. They have that charisma that you want to watch. This guy, it just doesn't, I don't know. This doesn't do it for me.
From the way you're describing it, sounds like they CGI'd Kim's Convenience and called it Shang-Chi.
Kim's Convenience. What is that Canadian show?
The one where they have the Asian family with the convenience store? Yes.
Oh, okay. Because I had heard about that, but I hadn't I hadn't seen it. This
yeah, you're making the same noise.
It wasn't that good. I mean, they had the joke about what would I say it? There's this well, not necessarily, it's not necessarily a spoiler.
Accountant warrior.
But they get to, they're over in China, and they start speaking in Mandarin, and Aquafina, who is so freaking annoying. I can't stand her. She's like the geeky weird chick, like what's her name in the Thor movies?
Yeah.
And she was in WandaVision.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. The assistant?
Yes.
Ugh,
Darcy. Yeah. She's pretty
Darcy.
She's pretty much like Darcy. It's like every time Aquafina her character spoke, I just wanted to tell, just shut up. Just shut up. Yes, Jet Li was a freaking badass. And that's what I was seeing. I didn't freaking get that.
Yep.
I really, really didn't get that. Toucan Monkey. I remember the first time I saw Reina was on Toxic Femininity stream. And as soon as Reina started talking, I said, yep, subscribing. Best YouTube decision ever. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. Marvel Combat. Yeah, it's like, even, oh my God, there's even a scene where I swear to God, they use the same colors out of Mortal Kombat. It's just like, let's just put it this way. I didn't know if I was seeing Marvel characters or if I was watching Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Literally.
Your soul.
I mean, it's just, oh my gosh. It's like when I saw the trailer for this movie, it's like I've seen this done before way, way, way better. And I don't know if it's because, Feige and the rest of them decided to do a diversity movie and decide that they can do it better than Asian cinema. And they can't.
No.
And I really don't think that they should have. I think that they should have brought Shang-Chi into a different MCU movie to introduce him properly and then go on from there, because a whole movie, no. I was looking at my watch.
That's not good.
And then go to Chinese Wakanda.
What China?
Chikanda.
You're not
Chikanda.
off. It's totally about pandering. Even like I think I was saying earlier, like when Aquafina, they were trying to speak to her in Mandarin, and she was like, "No, I don't speak that." And the guy says, "Oh, okay, cool. I speak ABC." Do you know what that is?
ABC.
According to my friends who were Chinese, who I grew up with, the most derogatory thing that you would get called by your relatives or friends or acquaintances who were from China was to call you ABC. That's American born Chinese.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, it's yeah, it's not good. It's very derogatory. Like, oh, you ABCs. You're disconnected from your culture. You don't know. You don't speak the language, and you're not respectful. It's not a good term. It's a very derogatory term. The way a lot of my friends would say it. You did not want to be called that. Superfan Adam Shawan. Hey, dude. Yep, ABC. Yeah, he threw that out there, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, really? Yeah. I speak ABC. Rambam 3000 says, how derogatory is that? Like Hillary saying, I speak Ebonics. Yeah. And that wasn't the only thing in there. I mean, I'm not going to spoil it, but trust me, that wasn't the only thing that they put in there. There were lots of digs towards American-born Chinese, which if I was American and if I was American Chinese, I would feel freaking offended by that, because I know a lot of Chinese families that came over here and worked hard and to contribute to American culture. That's nothing to be freaking ashamed of. So again, pandering to exactly nuanced observers. See, that's exactly what it freaking was. Exactly what it was. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. That's my non-spoiler 2 cents about about the movie. I figured I'd throw it out here. If I have time, I'll wind up doing a review, but I guarantee you it's going to be freaking quality.
Not exactly a glowing recommendation.
No. I mean, if you want to, sneak off to the movie with your boyfriend and have the theater to yourself, that's the movie you should go to. Hey, Bad Bunny.
Wow.
ABC is too fancy for me. I speak Canadian.
A
A?
B.
A.
Oh, mercy.
Oh my gosh. You know what, guys? I'm actually going to have to end the stream. I just forgot I had a 1:00 meeting. Holy crap.
Oops.
Whoops. Hold a second. Sorry.
Hold on, your meeting calling.
My way in.
Hello?
In 2 minutes. This is why I have to have 2 phones. Well, thank you guys so very, 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 very much. I appreciate it. Please do follow Arwyn, subscribe to her. Got all of her stuff in the chats. In the description box. Okay. So please do follow her, subscribe to everyone on the channel, and of course, thank you guys so much for all of your great wishes, just being here and the super chats and all that. Thanks so much, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.
Bye. Y'all.
Lunch Table is brought to you by Brown Baggett. She needs your money.